NERDSoul.
Lay ill kid at OneYoungsta. Hold it down. Bring you that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's go. We got the animators crew coming through. We gonna have a good time, man. We ain't gonna tell y'all no lies. All right, we gonna talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and if it's on the screen, it's drawn, animated in a cool way. As long as that live action is put to bed, because it's time for that anime. And I'm not by myself. I'm gonna bring to you a awesome, gaminated one, if you will. This girl holds it down 25/7. I give it to you. That's right, Gamma Ray Cosplay. What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Not the 25/7, man. I be out here working all day, every day. It's your girl, Gamma Ray Cosplay, lawyer by day, cosplayer by night, and lifetime shy pirate alike.
Yo, that's what's up. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You got, look, that Straw Hat Pirate, that, look, you got me. I ain't going front now. I haven't really gotten too far in the regular anime, but the One Piece show, oh, they got me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there. You know, I will say I'm definitely tuned in to One Piece. I got love for them. They doing their thing, so I'm excited. So, of course, we got a whole bunch of folks come in. I know Mark Dub will be through, Coop will be through in a second, but I want to give it to the young lady for just a moment. If you could let us know, Gamma, what you're watching in these streets? What you been watching this week? What have you tuned into?
Ooh, man, the question should be what haven't I been watching? Because I've been watching a lot. Let me see, just to kind of give you a brief run through a list of my current intrigue favorites. I've been enjoying, what is it? It's called Ron Kamanoshi Ashi, the detective series. Well, yeah, the Forbidden Deductions. It's like a detective series. The Forbidden Deductions. I'm butchering the name, I already know it, but Forbidden Deduction. Been checking out Migi and Dali. I've been checking out Rurouni Kenshin, Shangri-La Frontier, Berserk of Gluttony.
Are you liking all these?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Quit hating. Oh no.
They're good.
I heard the tension in his voice. And you like these?
You like these?
No.
Yes.
He hit the high note on you. Like what?
You like it?
Hey man. Hey. I'm sorry. I hope you ain't live. I'm just jumping in. I don't know if you.
No, we on. Go.
Right.
I'm
like, come on.
What else you watching?
I'm checking out the Back on Spy Family. I'm checking out the Faraway Paladin, a new show that I just started watching today that really got me. I really like Apothecary Diaries. Recommend that one too. I think that's a good watch. And Firefighter Diago, The Rescue in Orange.
See, this is why
Rescuer in Orange.
She gonna hit us with all them different choices.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, Friend Beyond Journey's End. I've been watching it too. Really enjoying that. That's like a very good slow build up. I tried to give Under Ninja a chance. I can't. That's all I'm gonna say is I can't. And I'll top it off. I've been watching a lot of others, but I'll top off my just rambling list with another one I started watching, which really tugged at the heartstrings of my favorites. Slice of Life, the Yuzuki Family's 4 Sons. Oh, it hit me right here in the heart, man. Like that got your girl in the field. But I've been watching a bunch of other stuff, but that's kind of like just kind of off the cuff.
All right, so I got a question about one of your picks that you've been watching. I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really like Migi to Dali?
Okay, so what I thought it's like, it's one of those, it's like when you see a natural disaster or a car crash and it's like, oh my gosh, this is so bad, but I can't look away. That's what it's like watching Migi and Dali. Like, it's so weirdly and uncomfortably to watch, awkward. but I can't stop watching it because I'm like, they got me with this whole thing. Like, I want to know who killed their mom. Like, I'm sorry. Like, y'all are going about this.
They killed their mom. I'm pretty sure it had to be them.
I don't think so, man. I think it's going to be some where they was the, love child or some like, it's going to be on some flowers in the attic type stuff. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the flowers. It's going to be something really like, oh my gosh, because I can already see like how far they're willing to take it with the most recent episode. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. One of the brothers dressing up as a girl in high school, and the other brother like, crushing on the girl, not realizing it's his twin brother in disguise, and then they went on a date. And then broke up. It was just like, it was weird.
Wait, what now?
But I can't stop watching.
What?
All right, because see, I'll be honest. I haven't watched the show. I think I watched the first episode. I haven't watched it since then because I was like, these parents are too stupid, man. Like, the parents have like the absolute worst peripheral vision in like peripheral vision history. Like,
you gotta suspend that belief, man.
Bruh, no, I can't. I can't even get. I can't get at one.
They're so happy to be parents, and that they have like a beautiful child. They're like,
give me a relaxing massage, son. And I was like, you doing a little too much massaging. I'm like,
that's the thing, though. I feel like in that culture, like catering to the elderly like that. I don't know how far the norm that is, but I feel like that's part of the culture.
And he was doing way too much on the massaging for him to not know it want two people. You ain't hit. I was like, man, look, these parents are just.
That's true.
Y'all just, man, come on. Then they did the whole the chair flip inside the chair, and the chair didn't break. I mean, come on, man. These parents made me mad, so I couldn't watch. But you know what I'm saying? I'm glad you hear the report on what's going on with Migi to Dali. I'm glad, you know what I'm saying? We got someone here to report on it because I'll be honest, I was thinking it was kind of trash. I was thinking it was on the trash side. But I mean, you still here to you here to let us know. Oh,
70% of anime was you are gonna be trash.
That is not true. I like a lot of anime.
Mike be ready to shoot flames in it. Like,
I'm gonna give it. I'm hooked in. I'm in episode 4. I'm gonna give it a season, and if I don't get any type of closure or some reveal, I'm gonna be done.
Ooh, I can that man, Gamma is gracious, boy. She said she gonna give you a whole season,
which is in anime terms 12 episodes. Now,
they need you in the television production market, boy. Because
I actually gonna have a little gracious one myself tonight. And it ain't Under Ninja before you even start. I'm gonna take a break with Under Ninja. It was much going on this weekend. I was like, I can come back to that, but
All right, so Gamma, as far as what you've seen, what's the favorite show you've seen this week coming through? You know what I'm saying? There's got to be something that rose to the top for
you. I'm gonna have to go with. Honestly,
oh wait, are we live? We not live, are we?
No, we're not live.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were stuck. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we're recording, but we ain't live.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go with what really got me wanting to see like the next episode, which is a surprise. I will say it is the Apothecary Diaries. I think it's a really cool twist. It's a historical drama. It's got like it's a medical mystery historical piece tied in one. You have this young girl who is, she grows up as, with their father. They're part of the apothecary, doctor, pharmacist, however you want to, identify it. And then she gets kidnapped and sold into servitude at Emperor's domain and having to serve the concubines. And as she just tries to keep her head down, she's like smart at everybody, but then her skills end up showing because, illnesses arise, and then she like wants to help people because that's the whole point of being an apothecary. And they see that she's a valuable asset and starts like pulling her in to help with like people getting poisoned, people getting ill, and they're not knowing why they're ill, and just trying to figure that out. So far, yeah, that and surprisingly, I am really or Firefighter Diago, Rescue in Orange. When I say, I mean, I've always had respect for first responders, if I get that twisted. But watching this, I just see like I just like they take it to a whole new level over there in Japan when it comes to firefighters. The level of respect that they have for firefighters, like you can see it in this show, but it's also still a good action-packed show. Like you see their training and how serious they take stuff, and it's like you can kind of even see that with what is it, Fire Force? Just how they, and yeah, that's kind of some comedy, and they're making light of some things, or you know, it's supposed to be funny and silly, but you can still see like, okay, firefighters are held to like a whole different like standard and degree, and I don't know, it's just really dope to see it.
Okay, and I'll double down on that. That Firefighter Diago. I will at least say this. It does look cool. Like it looks like the production value is high. I just know I ain't gonna like it. Like I can see it and be like, I ain't gonna like this. I ain't gonna like Backdraft the anime.
Why you gotta behave on Backdraft the anime, man?
I can see. So are you not a fan of like those like Station 19 or like Chicago PD, Chicago?
Oh, you mean Chicago like Fire, Chicago PD, all that? Like those no, shows. I don't like none of I don't like none of those.
To be fair, if you don't like that show, I figured you wouldn't. If you don't like those, you probably wouldn't like them. Because this is just that animated.
Yeah, I don't like none of those like very CBS style kind of like cop and like drama shows where like Law and Order, Chicago PD, Detroit 187, Blue Bloods, any of those shows.
I did like.
I don't really like them.
You're naming a lot of shows that you don't like.
I did. To be fair, I did like only one. It was with Delindo. What's his name? Elroy Delindo. You know,
Elroy.
Delroy Lindo.
Delroy Lindo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What? Elroy grew up?
No. It was the show.
Black
Shy.
actor.
Not the Shy, but it was like.
The
what was
Wire?
that one with Jennifer Beals? No. It wasn't that good. They canceled it early, but I did like it though. It was either in Boston or it was in Chicago, but it wasn't the Shy. It was like something else. It was like wanted to be the Wire a little bit. It was like about a crooked townsman or council person who was kind of like the real power of the city. And
was he white or black?
He was black. He was like I said, it was his name.
Was it called Chicago Code or Unprisoned?
Yeah, I did like Chicago Code.
Chicago Code. Look, all I see is like a whole bunch of people. It's like models. It's like cops. It's like. Okay, you know what? You know what I would like to see in an anime form, like a show like Strike Back. There was a show called Strike Back. It was on Cinemax. It was dope. It was like this like military ops team, like in the UK, and they just did like cool extraction missions, like shooting people up. There was like jet setting around the world and like doing cool missions.
There's a lot of animes already. Like just that alone probably would
I don't know what a lot of animes you talking about. They must not be good because they ain't been on my radar.
They call it generic.
I mean, Chicago Fire is generic.
They call the teams that get killed in before the hero go do something.
Yeah,
I couldn't get into like.
I say that about Firefighter Diago.
I know what you say.
Like a lot of this could be handled by anybody on My Hero. Like I'm pretty sure someone on My Hero could be like, "Nah, man, move out the way, bro."
Firefighter Diago
take your hard
is supposed
hat,
to be realistic. It is like but the real talk, I wouldn't watch those shows in like say live action. I do want to try Firefighter Diago. It looks interesting as an anime. As a live action show, it probably bore the shit out of me.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, so they got too many of those shows. But I just the name.
You don't want to see the drama and the ins and outs of Chicago PD and Chicago Fire and Chicago. I know there's a Chicago Med or something.
I like the Chicago Code, and the one I like they canceled it.
They tried to do a Chicago Law, but that failed.
Wow. But I will say this to my actors and actresses. I know they was getting work out there, so you know what I'm saying. I know y'all enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying. I know they was getting work out there, but I won't feel it.
Yeah,
Network
it's
TV
not for you.
sucks.
But there's other good things.
But it does look great. I will say this, like the production value, because I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, they spending some money on this. But I ain't gonna feel this.
It does. Look
now, I will say, y'all know I'm a sucker for a good isekai.
Oh boy, what kind of crazy show you watching now?
I gave it a try. I couldn't even make it through. This is one of those, another isekai, like the vending machine one. I thought that we couldn't get lower than the vending machine, but apparently we can. And apparently it's the story of a man who was reincarnated as a pig.
Reincarnated as what?
Butareba. It's the what is it? My goodness, I'm trying to pull it up. The story of a man turned into a pig. That's literally what. Yeah, that's the title.
That one. That one. Yeah. I actually wanted to. I'm glad you tried it. I wanted to hear about this one.
When I say it's not even like how we were hoping, like, oh, the vending machine isn't gonna look like a legit vending machine. It's gonna be some kind of like cartoony.
Oh, that's literally the name of the show.
It's literally a pig that can talk telepathically with this one chick, which leads to some weird pervy stuff.
Is Charlotte's Web without the web?
Yes.
Let me click on this trailer real quick.
That's not even Charlotte's Web. You felt invested. You felt for the pig. Even Babe, pig in the city. You was like, Ram, you felt it. You were there. But this they could have kept it. I don't need to see a pig, a man realizing he got reincarnated as a pig who used to be an office worker. No,
just say this. I hope he don't never move to North Carolina.
He was an otaku who lost consciousness after eating raw pork liver.
Okay.
So because he died.
What is it?
Of course.
They be making up these weird rules. They be making up these weird horror movie rules.
Yes. Japan, they be like, you eat something, you are that something, and you must die by it or you get powers by it. Like, why?
I mean, you are what you eat to like a large degree. I get that, but my dude, come on, man. Like, turn to a pig. Your life ain't gonna be that long.
No.
Like, it's gonna be like, I don't know, maybe 2-3 episodes, and then it's gonna end with you being like on a pulled pork sandwich. Like, that's it. Like I just hope you don't move to like, say, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, because they love their pulled pork out here.
He don't need to move nowhere from the south. He gonna be cracklings, and it's crackling weather right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we getting country with it, y'all. Y'all, if y'all don't know cracklings, look it up out there.
Oh, my dad has the cast iron, like.
Oh, he make his own
cauldron. Oh yes.
Oh man.
Right. It is a generation passed down.
How to season? He seasoned. He make them terrible for your heart. Bad season.
Oh man.
because cracklings there's nothing good about it other than the desire for the fat, but it has to be seasoned fat. So it's already bad for you, but you have to season it for it to be tasty to make it even worse.
That's what's wrong with us?
To make it even worse.
What's wrong with us? But yeah, it's good.
Alright, word. So Butareba, look, I mean, hey, the man turned into a pig and living his life. He out there pigging it up, I guess. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm gonna throw it over to Coop real quick. Coop, what you watching, my brother? What you watching in these streets?
Okay, well, obviously, one of the big things is Undead Unluck, but I ain't gonna start there because I'm pretty sure we all watching that, or for the bulk of it, so I'll get to that later. What I did watch, I caught up. I've been catching up. I'm gonna start with Berserk of Gluttony.
Oh boy!
First of all, quit hating. It's good. It's good enough for this. Look, you gonna have to stop for this season, bro. We ain't got much out here, bro. I'm sorry. It's good enough to pass the review test.
He's like, we ain't got nothing in these streets.
You just gonna have to take it, Mike. But real talk. It is going. Is it a little bit predictable? Yes. Is it going the way I need it to go? Absolutely. and I'm fine with that. They're starting to do a little more world building and character development, which if they did not do, this would have got rough real fast. But and the character development you need to do is with the love interest, or you could say, you know, the lady, the woman, you know, the lady protagonist, which is who is the Holy Knight.
What the blonde
so
chick?
We're starting the princess, you know, I guess, or the the blonde lady. Just call her the Holy Knight lady.
All right,
I guess.
cool.
I forgot her name. So you're starting to see more of her personality.
Roxy.
And it's good. Yeah, Roxy, Lady Roxy Hart. Yes, thank you. And it kind of hinges for me on this first arc on her because she is the person who made Fate's life better. So it's obvious that they like each other. They can't get to that because.
So hold up. So he said, "You make me better."
Oh, absolutely.
Is that what he said? He was singing some Neo to her.
All right, stop all that. We ain't in the romance part yet. We gonna be a while before we get there, and this is why, because he got problems. He got some stuff to do.
You know what I'm saying? He was out there like, "You make me better." You know what I'm saying?
She's definitely crushing on him, and they even did the whole sick mom trope. Even though mom is pretty damn young and good looking, but she coughing up blood and stuff in the bed and all that.
Dang.
But you know how it go. You know, somebody if you lose one parent in an anime, if you meet the other parent, they probably ain't long for this world. She literally said, "Well, I ain't long for this world."
That's cold.
Yeah, but the good thing though, mom is actually a commoner and dad was a holy knight. So people kind of already look down on her, but they don't like her because she's a goody two shoes per se, the evil people. You know, it's like this ain't really this is surface deep a little bit. It's a little bit deep. Like it's not deep, but you know, you got your standard cardboard trope cutouts, but is it slick enough? Is it present enough? I like Roxy because she actually wants to be a good person of the people. She doesn't like that the Holy Knights are like, you know, your hated more than the tax collectors. They beating up on people out here. She's like, nah, I want to stand with y'all. I don't, you know, even though she has servants, because this is still like a medieval, you know, knight and servant and fiefdom type of thing of the different families. But she actually wants to treat her people like people. Like she'll get out in the field and pluck the grapes with them and treat them right and all this, blah, blah, blah. And because mom was a commoner, and so dad, who's now dead, married a commoner. So, but she's like, you know, she's all in and being a knight, you know. She's a good, sweet, innocent lady. Fate is a good person, but he is cursed. I'm sorry, the Mega Man trope does not apply. This boy got problems. Like
no, I think what he means by Mega Man is that he can just like add on powers.
This is more of vampirism. He has an issue. he can get powers and all that, but he got to deal with it. Like he can't even eat all the same like goblins. Like the ability no longer craves what he's been given it. It's like in the sword.
Oh, he needs a balanced diet. You know what I'm saying?
He needs to get something else, or he's gonna go insane. He either gonna become a monster or hyper starve to death.
And I feel like the predictable thing is it's gonna end up having to be humans. Like I feel like it's building this up really like even monster souls aren't gonna be enough, and then that's gonna be where it's like, ooh.
The fight though, I did like in episode 3. He had kind of a tougher time. He had to fight what they call a crown beast, basically a giant, pretty strong werewolf. It was kind of serving him a little bit till he had to figure it out. He had to use some cunning. So like the fights in Berserk, they kind of saved the money for the fights, which is cool. Like it ain't like, you know, super fluid animation yet. You know, not like the end of a season type of fight. But it's like, you know, where they're like just talking, they're kind of like saving animation. But when they fight, it picks up to a higher quality of just a smidge. The fight was pretty good. I like how the sword interacts with him. It's just like, look, man, I gotta give me them stats, boy. I'll give you some abilities. So they have a good rapport, but it's like Fate, you know, the sword is helping him out, but Fate gotta eat. Like, unfortunately. But I do like how he's walking around with the skull mask at night, so he's now got a nickname by the people. They call him the Lich Corpse. So they don't know it's him at night out there serving up these monsters, and everybody's afraid of him. So it's kind of like he's like yeah, like I can say it's more. What's a hero that was misunderstood, but you know he looks
Shield
like
Hero.
Who?
Shield Hero, maybe. It's kind of misunderstood. Nobody really liked him.
I'll say it again. I had a look. I couldn't quite hear you. Make you out.
Oh, I said Shield Hero.
I believe so. It's just, you know, he got to eat, but he wants to do good. But I do like at the end of this episode, after he did finally defeat the werewolf, and it had a good flow to the episode. It's setting up with that dude. Remember that jackass? I said that eventually he do need to serve up. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's like the two brothers, like the two older sisters, like, all right, we got to go to this place. You go handle this Lich Corpse. We heard rumors about it. You know, it's kind of happening kind of fast. It's like the pacing is a little. You can tell like they ain't gonna just build. Stuff is gonna happen, but this is what I want. You know, I don't need this to be uber deep and all this. And I do want to see him kill Hido. I really want him to kill Hido. Like,
Keith got a bloodlust.
No backing out. No backing. He got a bloodlust. I got a bloodlust for him to want to kill Hido. Hido is a piece of garbage. The boy is a kidnapper of orphans by proxy for whatever his purpose is gonna be. Not gonna go long into that.
We ain't gonna be taking the kids now.
But man, he had a kid took. If it wasn't for fate, that girl would have been in trouble. Like, so he's a POS, just terrible person. And you know, he talk all that mess. Like, he's like the little brother that get all swole on steroids and want to, you know, weight lift. You know, so he gonna have to be the first victim. I'm sorry.
You a victim, brother.
I don't know if fate gonna go through with it, but fate, if you go through with it, you got a fan in me. So,
hey man, his sword greed is like, hey, I already told you the goblins ain't gonna be enough. So this is the next step. Let's go ahead and take him out.
So I am looking forward to it. So that's where I'm at with Berserk of Gluttony. Anything else you want to add, Mark? Before I move on to
Mark, how you feeling about that Berserk of Gluttony?
Oh man, I feel like I made a pretty good pick. I like it. I like the dynamic of greed and your boy, man. It's so funny. Like he's another, like, his as a protag, you know, he's super humble and everything. He's feeling guilty about deceiving everyone, but at the same time, it's like, man, your gift, like, you gotta eat, man. He almost has a hunger like a vampire, like it's a compulsion. He has to eat, and greed is not gonna let him slide. Like, nah, you gotta feed me, Seymour. Feed me all night long.
Did you watch episode 3? Got any thoughts on it?
Yeah. I'm caught up on that joint. It's y'all should really check it out. It's really good.
All right, man. I might spin the block since y'all trying to twist the brother arm. I might spin the block and I'll try to
like it. You don't like it. You know, everybody ain't like. You know, you talk about wrestling moves. Everybody ain't like Hulk Hogan. Rightfully so.
See, I mean, back then we didn't know. Now we know.
I'll be honest.
Hulk is a straight up piece of trash.
Hulk was entertaining. You know, quick sidebar, but Ric Flair, I mean, he's a piece of trash, but damn it, he was a way more entertaining piece of trash. They both the same person. Like, look here. They both are that. Trust me. Yeah, one just ain't get caught on air, but it's known. But if, like, I think I told Mark this. I actually saw Flair. Shout out to Mississippi Comic Con. I saw Flair at Mississippi Comic Con before they had the new building. When he walked by, everybody just trailed by and was going, woo, all that. But basically, if you want a party where he became his image, he survived a lot of liquor. I'll just say that. That man has a problem, but he's probably fun to party with with his problems.
Yeah, they said the same thing about George Bush. You know how I feel about him.
Good lord. Ugh. You just now it's ruined forever.
Oh boy.
Good.
But going on to another one that I've been watching that me and Mark gonna tackle this together. I'm gonna start 100 Girlfriends. I got something to say about this. And this ain't Mark, don't take this the wrong way.
100 Girlfriends.
I kind of told you this before. There's different levels of it with review with me. Am I going to watch this show? Probably finish the whole season. Yes. Am I going to review it here every week? No. And this is why, because of its structure. If episode 2 was a high mark, because I liked the 2 initial girlfriends, episode 3 was hard for me. Because, you know, shout out to characters who can express themselves as a parent of an autistic child who's nonverbal. I get it, but there is a show that is centered around people with these quirks that's so much better to watch a character like that. Comey can't communicate, go watch that. It just was hard for me. I cannot really take this show serious if it tries to take itself serious. It will be kind of relegated to the, okay, I'll get around to this, I'll watch it, but will I review it on this show anymore? Probably not. And there's some issues I ain't gonna mention. There's some words that I mentioned to Mark I am not gonna say on here, but there's some characters I ain't really with in that part of the culture per se.
Wow.
And I don't like when they do that. You know,
what are they doing on this show?
I ain't gonna even mention the word. I'll mention it off screen. It's not like it's trash, but it's like I kind of agree. But go back to what Sherry said. Yes, if I get they're gonna always do the high school trope. There's some other tropes of harems I don't need as a grown man that I ain't necessarily with. That's coming up, and also just the structure of you got to meet every episode. You're gonna meet a new girlfriend. Where I think the meat of the show should be placed around the 2 first girlfriends. I think they're hilarious, and when they had a little bit of screen time on episode 3, great. But just reading ahead in the characters, I'm probably this is gonna probably be my last review for a while until they really make me bust a gut. So Mark, you can take it away on your thoughts.
Mark, I know you've been up on them, you know what I'm saying, 100 Girlfriends.
I mean, I like it. I mean, I don't know, Coop. I told Coop earlier, I think Sherry is probably right. I bear the ignorance of a newborn babe, a neophyte. A neophyte even when it comes to this genre of anime, but I am enthralled. I like it.
So you watched the new
but I do agree with Coop. Like, I love the first 2 girlfriends. Like, hell, they might have a hard time winning me over on any of the others.
Yeah, and
I thought it was interesting with the 2.
And my other trash show, Girlfriend, kind of focuses on 2, and they just play off the gags on that, and they kind of with a couple of other sprinkles in there. But like, if it's gonna be like mind-numbing like this over and over again with vastly different things, it's like, all right, this pro tag can go die.
Well, look, Coop, my sister Sherry ain't on here, so I was like, I can fully submit to the trash being that lives inside me. But then I see my sister Rachel Yamaray is here, so I shall abstain from becoming my full.
Abstain from trashness?
I'm aware trash.
I'm just saying this. It's just I can do harem, I could do romance, I could do sharp, witty stuff. If you can keep the punchline and gag going, this is not again Kaguya-sama. It ain't even close. And if they repeat episode 3, I am going to have to never mention it eventually. I'm gonna give it one more week. I'm gonna watch it, but I probably will never mention again on this show because there are some characters that I'm just not gonna mention because it don't fit right with me. You know, however they
those kind of tropes just ain't okay. So
those tropes ain't cool. So start off high. 2, I'm gonna if 2 is the high bar, it was a cool, like, you know, Like when you read a Sunday Funny, it'll be cool. It'll be like ha ha ha, gave me something. But it seems like out of the so-called weak pack, Berserk of Gluttony is winning. That's all I really got to say about 100 Girlfriends. Now, other things that I watched, I'm just gonna move on. Now, Mark, do you need to touch upon 100 Girlfriends again?
Nah, you know, I honestly think that the issues you have with it, I kind of have with it as well. I like it, but like I said, that kind of stuff,
when I read
it really ain't okay for me.
Reading ahead is cool sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say. Reading and getting some information is like, yeah, you know, hey, Japan, this is where some things it don't even need to be like cool. It is like some trash this all around. Look, and I'll just throw this out.
Like
this
one might started off super trash, and it's
gonna get worse. I'll say this: worse. The character that I like the most is like kind of like the pink hair one. Eventually, her mom winds up in the harem.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, that ain't even the worst for me, but yeah,
that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad,
bruh. I was like, I'm just gonna save us I'm going to show you more information, and I'm gonna move on. But moving on to another show. I did try Under Ninja this time because I had so much other stuff. But you know what? It's time for something wild. That's trash, but good trash. High quality trash, if you will. I watched Laserhawk. I finished it before here, man. Captain Laserhawk, if you will. Read up on what it's composed of. I knew the game it's loosely based on. They did something without going deep into it, because I know Mike want to do another review, I think. But I'll go into it a little bit. But I read up on the structure of how they made this game. And you know what? Whoever Netflix is hiring, and it made me think of you, Mike, and Jason. 6 episodes. They did some wild stuff. I need the biggest studios to catch up and hire some of these people.
Yeah.
But Cyberpunk.
Hey, they did some wild storytelling. I'm on episode 4. And they have covered a lot of ground.
Well, let me explain what they did with the Ubisoft universe. It is based on video games. Every single character that is composed of the Captain Hawk team is actually from a different Ubisoft game. That I did not. I knew the Bullfrog. First of all, I like Bullfrog. I think Bullfrog is my favorite character.
Bullfrog is dope.
I love how you say assassin. I'm an assassin. How you say he say assassin? He is so French.
He has that like cool French, not the arrogant French kind of style.
It's like he just says it just flows. Like, yes, I am a assassin. I do that. I kill people, but I am a good man. You know, I want to do good, but I have to assassin some people. It's like, okay, and he will kill you.
He got a little code.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little code.
But they took, from reading about it, they took Watch Dogs. Of course, even Captain Laserhawk himself is kind of loosely pulled from Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon Remix, which is get this, a DLC of Far Cry. It's not even the main thing of Far Cry 3. This is so far down the weird Ubisoft rabbit hole. Rayman. They took the girl Jade. She was from some other game. The boyfriend of Captain Hawk is from a racing game, from an English racing game or something that they did. And they made this world where it kind of fit in with, I guess, the overarching theme of Watch Dogs and other stuff too. And the comedy stupidity that this is actually year 1992 or something. That's the joke. It's retro. What they call it, retro future, is the joke. So this is kind of like the 80s looking forward into what they thought the future was gonna be like. This is the Running Man. This is Blade Runner. This is Cyberpunk. It's not even as clean as Cyberpunk 77. Like, it's power. It's a Super Sentai. It's strange, but it works because they just did not give a damn. They went all the way out. and they are. It is uber violent. This is not for the kids, folks.
Nah,
Not at all.
If you're sensitive to blood,
it's good.
It's not boring, and it is also another word, experimental. If you thought Adult Swim did some wild stuff, these cats used at least 3 types of animation and molded them together. Like, they did the whole, when they got to the full motion video pixelated stuff.
Oh, the Sega CD?
Yeah, and then the FMV, I was like, they really going for this. Like, they really going for that early 90s strange vibe. Like, we used to play, like, well, you know, Night Trap, or what was another one?
Alien vs Predator was kind of like that. I think that was on 3DO.
Corpse Killer, other weird stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
there were a couple of games where it was like, huh? Like, this is, okay, I see what we're trying to do, but back then it was cutting edge, though.
But then we didn't know that it was just like, yeah, it takes all the power to put this in there, but there's no replayability if you beat it. It's like, it's really not nothing. But yeah, and I love that. And I guess, I don't know if those were the voice actors, but it seemed seamless in their voice. Of course, they couldn't do as much with the live action parts, but you know what I like about the live action parts? For once, live action actually moved the story along.
Yeah,
like,
they actually used it in a way where they could run the video game gimmick, but then also keep the thing running with like some emotion. The only thing that I thought was weird about the Warden, when we see her in live action, in animated version, her skin seems to be very brown.
Yeah.
And then when we see her on screen, she is a very not brown.
Well,
like Lex Luthor on Justice League.
I guess I was like, I figured she could either be black or a South Asian, or a combination of both. She ain't her dad is white. Yo, straight up Captain America white. Oh, and by the way, her dad is basically, I think, a homage to Rainbow Six and Tom Clancy's series, because he did go Tom Clancy.
Yo, he got nice.
With no legs. That boy was SEAL Team 6 by himself.
All you need is an objective and, you know what I'm saying, some heart. That's all you need.
Right, but oh my god, all I can say is, it's just to take the video game madness, especially like when they was doing the stealth, when they first came in, it was like stealth mode, and they just walked around the people.
Yeah, that whole, the way they, and this is can't remember the name of the production company, let me pull up, but Adi Shankar, who is part of the team that brought us, of course, like Castlevania and stuff like that. So he's already built up his trust, as far as I'm concerned, you know, as far as I'm concerned with animation. Now, before people come in the comments, I know Adi Shankar got some weird stuff with him. I've talked to some people that have worked with him. He got some weird stuff with him. I ain't here to talk about that right now because I don't know. I won't dare. I hear he weird, and when I say weird, he's been on some borderline Me Too stuff. At least that I've heard. He ain't been, you know, convicted, but he got some weird stuff with him. But as far as the stuff he's put on Netflix, being able to hire people and stuff, get the right studios, I gotta give him his props. And I gotta give, and then a step above, I gotta give Netflix their props for actually, you know, doing right by these video game properties. Like this, like Netflix now has 2 video. Well, see, it's tough because Captain Laserhawk isn't particularly. It's kind of a video game.
No, it's
property,
a video,
but it's like also not, because, in my opinion, they're allowed to treat it so loosely. They're not bound in the way that Castlevania is. Like Castlevania really has to drive a point home harder than Captain Laserhawk does. But they're still both awesome.
Lore and stuff. Yeah.
Right, both of these are awesome.
Laserhawk is just, it was Suicide Squad for a minute. It was Blade Runner for a minute. It was Cyberpunk 77 for a minute. Yeah. It was Evil Power Rangers for a minute. First of all, the Power Rangers gag was funny. That dude there, he was jealous and hateful it's like, do you want to be me, player, or because you can't be me? But you know, and his team called him out for it. It's like, man, you just want his arm, you just want his body parts, man. Quit lying, bro. I was like, damn, this is so good. And bro, I didn't expect to get, you know, just I love what's his name, the Pig Man, Pledge or something, Page.
Oh, Page.
Then the appearance by the wrestlers, the Kenny Omega episode was wild, where they went crazy with the brainwash glasses. And
yeah,
Alex,
that was crazy, man.
Alex is like, is he a villain or was he a revolutionary or was he full of it? But what he said was true. He's like, man, all I gotta do is stroke the flames of the hate, and you gonna see it come out, buddy. Like, this is the beginning. In
my opinion, it seemed like, I don't know, man. There's argument to be made for the many different facets of what he kind of seems to possibly be, but at his core, Alex just seems like an anarchist.
Yeah,
he just seems like an anarchist. I don't think he really cares about society at large.
He did not care about the hybrids who were getting just murdered. Right? He was like, you know, people gotta go.
These are tools to be able to start off this revolution I want to start off.
I hate it. I kind of disliked him there, and I agree. You know, that was Captain Hawk's lover, man. They was smooching and all that. Captain Hawk shot him in the gut. He was like, nope.
He had to.
And like, you gotta go, Playboy. It's too much. You got all these people killed out here, and I love that Rayman see that he was a sucker out here, or excuse me, Ramon. That boy became Ramon. I'm like,
shouts to Ramon, man.
That boy slicked his hair back and pulled out
He was awakened. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you talk about being awakened. He shot himself. He like, man, weaker me, past me. I ain't that me no more. You dead, Playboy. I'm Ramon out here. I got floating hands. Look, I'm chopping people in the back of the head.
He did it like it couldn't be done. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, that's why. Who would think that a conversation by a mutant bullfrog assassin?
Spoil Valley. We have not all finished it.
Cut your damn head ears off. I'm finishing it. I'm sorry. Catch up. But cut your mic off. I don't care. Like, but all I'm saying is, let me finish my point.
Cut your mic off.
Too bad.
Jackass.
Anyway, well, I don't care. Go cry about it.
Clearly.
Anyway, golly, you know how this we are a spoiler pod show. Anyway.
But we'll get off Laserhawk for right now.
Mike has done all of this without spoiling a thing.
My last
the only one who can't get it.
The bullfrog. Mike, Egg, we both do it, bruh. You know how we do it. I don't care. You be mad. I'm sorry.
Mike can figure out how to do it. You can't figure out how to do it.
I have been trying to be cool since he said he was only on 6. I mean, only on 4.
God.
I'm talking about the point. Let me make this last point, Mark.
All right, Can I make this last point? One more point.
I'm just gonna say that a talk between a bullfrog and Raymond, a random, video game character you don't think about, had one of the most touching, meaningful conversations about societal acceptance and what it meant. Really was touching to me. Like, Bullfrog, all I was gonna say is Bullfrog. That's why he's my favorite character.
Rayman. I'll just say this. I'll leave it for the larger review. But Rayman got his wake up call. I'll just say that.
You know what?
Many people in America, they get their wake up call, then all of a sudden they want to come back to their community, like, help fight with me. You know what I'm saying? March for me. We'd be like, whoa. What you want us to march for? But anyway.
Jada Pinkett.
You know what? That we see that in politics all the time. It's all good until it happened to you. Then they switching lanes and like, man, I didn't know it was like this. Join me now as I flop the flip.
And the answer gonna be no.
But all right, let me matter of fact, before I drop drop any knowledge. Mark Dub, is there anything that you've seen besides Berserk of Gluttony or 100 Girlfriends this weekend?
Man, what else did I watch? Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, and Captain Laserhawk. I've been watching all of these.
All right, word. So I ain't going, drop no more of that. I'll go to, you know what? Okay, I know how, cause we only got a little bit left, so I know what I'm gonna do. I know I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna reach out to my girl Gamma real quick. Gamma, please tell me, cause you listed off a whole bunch of stuff that you was watching. Please tell me that you happen to peep your boy Yuji, alright, on Jujutsu Kaisen. Alright, please tell me you saw your boy Yuji hold it down. Alright, I just, that's all I want to know. Did you see it? If you didn't see it, I will set the scene. But
okay, so yes and no. Yes, in the sense I saw it as I was walking to the kitchen and my husband was watching it. No, I haven't actually watched it myself. But as I know, I've read, and what I saw is definitely. Oh yeah,
because I forgot you've already read this stuff.
I have. So I'm kind of waiting for a build, and I'm probably going to binge, because I think we got about maybe 4 or 5 episodes, and I plan to do a binge this week, because I feel like it's a good build up.
Oh, you wanted it all build up.
Yeah, because I think if you're referring to, say, a fight scene, and there's water,
yes,
old buddy with the I read the scene when the manga and the anime. I was like, man, this is what pure genius looks like. This is when Mappa don't miss again. It's just like It's
okay. So there's an episode. The newest episode is called Red Scale, right? And just to set the scene, it says Yuji makes his way to Shibuya Station, where he's confronted by Choso. Choso unleashes his convergence, and the battle between him and Yuji commences. Now, first thing I'm gonna say is I'm mad at Jujutsu Kaisen for ending the episode the way they did, because bruh, I'm gonna need y'all to start making hour-long episodes, because y'all can't leave a brother hanging like that. Because I was having a good time.
That's why I'm letting it build up.
Man, they was hurt me. When the episode was about to end, I was like, y'all bet not end. I know. I was like, but
so
yo,
you got to go to 2 times a month.
For someone who loves martial arts and stuff, bro, like just the way they were, their hands and their forms when they were like sizing each other up, like this was a straight up battle. This wasn't no one-on-one where someone wants to be up in the trees sniping. Nah, it was toe to toe. You know what I'm saying? They literally went toe to toe and was throwing hands. All right, and that's what fights is about. This is what, man, it was mad blocks, moves, forms, ducks, man, look, and the way the blood convergence works. Bruh, like this episode, the only bad thing about this episode is that it ended. That's the only bad thing about this episode. Well, also they tore that bathroom up. Like they're gonna need to remodel that. Because they tore that thing slam up.
What you say about fighting in Jujutsu Kaisen, man? You feel it. You feel every block, every hit, every crunch. Like it's very palpable. Like whoever's doing the sound on the beat downs, hands off to them, because especially if you listening to your speakers, man, you feel it in your brain. Like when somebody's getting punched in the neck or in the back of the head, it sounds terrible.
Now, I don't know where they get them sounds from. I guess maybe they talking to the same people that work for like Mortal Kombat or something, but like, bruh, like them hits be for real. And then the animation is so dope, and I love that Yuji is our protagonist. Like, well, basically like Yuji and Gojo, those are like the main guys, but they don't, like, Yuji ain't no like untouchable golden boy. Like he took a big L. Like he took a big L in this episode. Well, I wouldn't say a big L. It was tight. It was tight up to the end.
He was humbled.
Like it was tight up to the end. Like Choso didn't walk away unscathed. But Yuji was, he was slumped at the end of the episode, and just the literal fluidity of the animation had a brother like. I'm watching it by myself, and I was saying out loud, I was like, "Come on, Yuji, come on!" Like that. That's how hype I was. I was like, "Come on, bro!" I was like, "You got to do this. Come on, you got to come through." And then at the end of the episode, to not spoil too much, we see the idea of someone who probably should have came out and helped a whole long time ago, but I ain't gonna say no names. But if you know about anyone who has something inside them, somebody was like, so you let them whoop you up, huh? So it's like, look, I need you to come on, Nine Tails. I'm gonna need you to get up and do what you got to do. But I mean, of course, it's not the Nine Tails, but you know what I mean. But yo, straight A+ animation. The fight scene was crazy, and it also means more because this dude is mad because his little brother or his little brothers got killed by Yuji, which they should have been killed because they was killing people. If you live by the sword, you die by the mother sword. But anyway,
keep watching. A good reveal. All I'm gonna say is a good reveal is gonna happen at the end of this fight scene between those two, and it's gonna be like, what?
Man, I'm like this show, Jujutsu Kaisen, is one of the best.
I love the reveals.
Martial arts types of show. Even though it's not really a martial arts anime, but it's like they have so much martial arts in it. As someone who throughout my life I've either done like boxing or taekwondo, kung fu, something like that. I see the attention to detail when they actually square up and stuff, and I was like, that was nice. That this whole episode, creme de la creme, if you will. So I enjoyed it. The Jujutsu Kaisen this episode was straight fire. You know what I'm saying? So good. Even though I was so sad that it ended. Because, when we watch anime, it's like, hold up. Is this the end of the episode? Like, you can kind of feel it.
When it gets to like 3 minutes and they standing, it's over.
Yeah, it's like, hold up. I feel like this is the end. Like, I'm not even looking at the time. Like, I'm not even looking at the little timeline. But I'm like, I think we at the end. I'm like, y'all better not end then. Unfortunately.
At least every ending is like a 2-minute music video. So, when it's like, maybe when it's 5 minutes, but when they hit the 3 mark, it's over.
Now, another one I peeped this week, which also upset me because this episode was like a setup episode, but in Undead Unluck.
Yeah.
All right. I like the episode because I like the relationship between Andy and Unluck. I like their relationship. But y'all gonna set me up and then have somebody start to display their power all sweet,
all right,
and be like, see you next week.
Can I hit the timeout on that? This is such a new episode. Okay, new show. Yeah, we haven't even met like the 10 or the people they gotta kill next. Like, remember what I said? This is gonna be like a setup arc until the real part of it start when they get to the union or whatever. So you're gonna meet more people. First of all, shout out to Andy. Like, I just noticed this last week. They uses his body as a sheath. He just sticks the sword.
Yeah,
in his body.
I was like, that looks painful, but
and he just be sitting there laughing. But it's like, okay, cool. But we learn more about that sword, that he stole it from somebody, and it's unbreakable. But I just think it's good to build up a character. Then they have that anime twist. But she's like, oh, come paint with me, blah blah blah. Ha ha ha. Turns out.
When she was out there by herself, I was like, I'm pretty sure this is the girl they're talking about. And especially after we saw her up in space and she was like, I was in love with you, or you're the only one that made me love you, or something like that. I was like, oh snap, Andy. So Andy out there seeing the ladies though.
I mean, Andy clearly.
Andy got game. And I mean, you already know what he's working with because he half butt naked all the time. You know what I'm saying? He just be chilling.
This man,
ain't no surprises with him. You know what you're gonna get.
He ain't broke. He got like a 24 pack. He done lived for 200 years. So I think
he's got a.
This is an anime that I'm currently reading, because it's still ongoing, the manga, and another beautiful adaptation, I must say. I was very surprised. This is one I had started to read just because I was like, oh, I need a new manga to read. And so I ended up falling in love with it. I mean, the whole universe, the world building that it is, like Negator, the Unthink, like it's super dope. And so when I was like, oh, they're gonna make this an anime, I was like, how is this gonna be? The adaptations are gonna reflect them. Great, doing an excellent job. Even to a point where it's not as annoying, because it's just like, Andy's gonna be naked, it's gonna be like, he's gonna be very pervy with popping the field, oh girl. But it's not bad.
He says things so matter of factly. It's like, oh, I did it. Oh yeah, mouth to mouth CPR. It's like they timed the joke perfectly with the chaos that was happening. I mean, he's still pervy from him, but I guess he did have to save her life.
Yeah, he had to save her life. I mean, you gotta do chest compressions, and if your chest is your chest. So I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I don't think he was doing it scientific, but he had just like his deadpan ways how he said it. How he looked at it, he was like, "Oh yeah, I did it, right?" You're like, "What?"
Rachel, if they use the identify power on Berserk of Gluttony on you, your skill would be read all the
manga. Pretty much, that's me.
You read all the manga.
I don't know.
It'd be sometimes where sometimes I want to call Gamma up and be like, all right, tell me everything that happens, but then I'm like, nah. I gotta wait. I want to watch it on my own.
I'm about to say, I'm happy to indulge anytime. It's
sometimes
I'm impatient, and if something's good, just like with Demon Slayer, and I'm like, what you mean we gotta wait like 2 years? I'm like, nah, son, that's not gonna work for me. I need to know what happened. Like same with Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm like, season 2, what? How long we gotta wait? Nah, I'm super straight. Like, Like, I gotta stop reading.
Man, sometimes you tell Coop stuff, and Coop will tell me and have me shook.
Oh man, look,
it happened with Demon Slayer.
I didn't read Demon. I read a little, but I tried. That's one I just do not read because I'm like, I gotta wait. I gotta feel it in my spirit.
When I thought Nezuko was gone. I thought Nezuko was gonna die.
Me too. I was like,
I was threatening Coop. I was like,
I threatened me for what? I was threatening them.
They get me so invested. If they kill Nezuko, I'm done.
Bro,
I'm done, son.
Everybody,
to stay for.
Me, you, other people. I don't know if I was at a con or I was at an event. Other people like, if Nezuko would have died, I would have threw that anime away. It was like, I'm done.
I'm done. I can watch no more.
Nezuko is the straight MVP, man. She be coming in the clutch. So I'm like, yo, if she gone, I was like, if she's gone, the only way I'll accept this show is if we see a mad dash to the end on like this broken man revenge kind of arc where he's like, look, I don't care about nobody, I don't care about nothing, Muzan gotta die kind of thing. But also that's not Tanjiro's way, so that would be a cool way to see his character turn if they did that. But I'm glad Nezuko, she a daywalker now, so we good.
And also Tanjiro, he can't burn himself out like that because you use you got a limit. And that's what I love about Tanjiro. Like he appreciates humanity. But yeah, man, it's just some things. Speaking of Undead Unluck, I heard good things that when people say when you get past some of the initial purpose stuff, they said that it was a manga that was allowed to grow. And
oh my god, yes.
The people really love it as it went on in the manga. So it's like there's good things I hear about it. The fan base.
And it doesn't get old. It doesn't, some mangas or some anime, you have those like stale moments where it's just like, oh my god, we get it. Here we move on. Right. Like rarely, if ever, never happens.
Andy alone, his way he fell on his butt and he was like, I'm gonna fall on my legs. How did you just don't see that coming? Like 5-point landing.
He's like 5-point landing. Okay.
I was like,
break the feet, break the legs, break the butt, break your back.
His face is like, oh, all right, I'm back. But it's like it hurt, like that actually hurt him. It's like he saved her. He just, I mean, it must be great, but he's so used to pain that, you know.
And that's what you gotta realize. Like, I mean,
God,
he's immortal, but he wants to die. But it's like you see through this journey, like someone who has lived and is wanting to die, and someone who can die but hasn't lived, and they meet, and it's such a beautiful like union between the two. Yes. Like through her trying to, you know, fulfill his wish of death, she's actually taking, like, she's living, but she hasn't been because she's been afraid. And it's like he's been living because he's just like, I can't die, so I want to die.
I love what he did for. He's like, hey, you ain't been nowhere out of Japan, girl. Go live, go enjoy yourself. And the conversation, even though I didn't quite see it coming, I don't know why I didn't. Like, I was like, oh, okay, she's spending too much time with her. And she got the pink hair. It must be her. But it's just the talking of like the stars and the thought process. You're like, the moon was lonely, so I gave him stars, and that's the freedom you have to do with art. I was like, I like this, but I know it ain't gonna last. When she took that, I was like, oh Lord, here she go. Yeah. I was like, God damn it, you got me. It's like, why can't you just be good? Why can't you just let this girl? Come on. But then again, on the flip side, Andy is trying to kill her, and then
also, she was like, you ain't gonna take my man.
I mean, my man.
But Andy like, look, you old out here, and you covering up your crow's feet. Leave me alone.
That was cold, man.
He
ain't had to say nothing about a crow's feet, bro. I was like, oh, he a cold brother.
But then again, how old is she? Like.
Yeah, because he said 50 years ago, and she looked pretty spry for her age.
It's her negator power. I forgot what hers is called. I think it's Unchained.
Unchanged. So like, what is her age right now? As her appearance, is she at least adult?
Maybe like she looks like maybe young 20s or something.
Okay.
Teenager.
Oh, she's a teenager.
18, like 19. Okay. That's the visual. But then she froze. Like I'll say 20, 19, 20, and she froze herself, and she's really like almost 80.
At least she's 80. You know, at least she's not.
She's of age. Okay. No. She is.
Oh, she's super of age. She's 80.
Well, I just want
she just likes to keep the appearance.
You know, look. At least as an adult. Japan, stop that mess. That's all I'm gonna say. But you know, I ain't with the lollies that's 1,000. Like, stop that ish. Please. Yeah. Stop that for somebody. Like, I usually don't even say make this request. But for some of the people outside of the culture, I get it. Y'all make anime for Japan. And then y'all export it out. I know we ain't number one on your list. Well, we are kind of number 1.5 because we spend the most next to Japan, but goddamn, stop it. But anyway, I just had to say that.
So I'm gonna leave it out on this before I go in and wrap. There is something that I actually do wait for and am waiting for, and it's hard for me to wait for it. I'm glad we finally got, I believe, one episode, which is Spy Family, and here's why: because I only watched the dub. Now. It's on Hulu, and I like binged it all the way through, right? And I'm now the dub voices have imprinted on me. So now I saw the new episodes and I was like, all right, cool, it's out. Let me watch it. And when the Japanese vocals came through, I was like, you know, this just ain't Twilight. I was like, this just ain't him. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Now I gotta wait for the new stuff. Now they do have the first episode in dub out, so I will be catching up with Spy Family, but I'm gonna be behind, unfortunately, because you know I can't get with it.
Can I ask you this, Mike? Mm-hmm. I was with you a whole year. I told this to Mark because, and I'm gonna explain myself, folks out there in the world. You know, Spy Family is literally with the most Western European set of people. so they're not speaking Japanese. It doesn't quite fit, but because I love this show so damn much, I started out in dub. I loved it in dub, but I've grown to love it in Japanese, especially Anya and Lloyd's voice. Like, I like all of them, to be honest with you. Frankie, I like in English probably better because he's more silly. I can relate to him better that way. But I've grown to like it. I would say this: try it a little bit more. You're gonna love episode 3. It's really gonna be up your vibe. All of it's gonna be your vibe. But
yeah, this show is like the Spy Family is killer, man. It's like on the low, one of the best anime out here, and like people ain't never told me about it. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Then Coop was like, yo, man, watch Spy Family real quick, and I was like, all right.
I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna apologize to Mark. Can I just give my thoughts as spoiler free as possible?
Oh no, you don't know how to do spoiler free.
I can do spoiler free. Basically, I'm not gonna go through every little thing. I'm just gonna say, episode 1 more of a more comedy based. 1 is like recap. 2 is more comedy based. 3 actually subverts that and goes to like look at Yor's brother and his day-to-day stuff he's doing. Very touching episode. Actually, 2 is very touching with multiple characters. This show really knows how to use its whole cast, and it can go from pure comedy, goofy, ha ha ha, to like, oh yeah, remember that whole Cold War thing going on? It still exists.
Well, also they can then show you one of the illest tennis matches in like tennis match history.
And they can do the whole anime gag thing too as well. But just...
Did I mention this was another manga I'm reading? Did I mention that? That I've read and I'm up to date.
Dan was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm finished with Spy Family. It's over.
Yeah.
Oh, Spy Family is over already in the manga?
It finally started back. It had been on hiatus for a very long time, but they need to go on hiatus again because they're catching up.
They on like hiatus. They on hiatus with Zom and Bleach and everybody else.
Like there's only maybe 60 chapters. Not even 60, 40 chapters gap between the anime and the manga right now. And I'm just like, what are y'all doing?
I have never seen an anime that isn't necessarily aimed to be a shonen, battle series that touch upon so many people, so many ages. People who do not specifically watch anime, like Spy.
It's a family.
Like
it's just a family show, man.
Like my shout out to my cousin Jason, if you're listening, because he doesn't really watch anime, but his son watches it, and he tries Spy Family. Him as a whole family, they watch it, and it's like my wife has watched a couple with me. She still like, but she kind of laughs at like Anya, especially when she go gone. I can't get over it. Oh my god, when she has the shock.
But she's like, Papa's crazy.
Just I be feeling like
that cracks Jack up.
Like man, they chef's kiss to this show. Like I can't wait till Mike catch up. If you can't do Japanese, but I understand, I completely understand with you with this show.
I'm coming, y'all. I'm coming. I'm watching Spy Family too. Like, yeah, I am cycling. I'm watching one episode of everything that I'm cycling through, and I'm kind of binging. So that's why I'm not all the way caught up on Laserhawk, because I'm watching Spy Family too. Like,
I will give this to Mark.
I'm trying to get there.
Mark has been putting in work, man. Mark, I am so proud of Mark. Like, that's why I wouldn't steer Mark wrong about why I was talking about 100 Girlfriends. I don't want to deter this man from reviewing it. I just know I can't, in good conscience, probably review it week to week for you all without touching something that's going to piss me off. Y'all can probably figure it out, put pieces together. So I want to help Mark out not to run into that pitfall, or at least we have a discussion before we pod, y'all. So trust me, I don't want Blur to show no lists, okay?
Oh boy.
I'll just go say that, So whether if it sounds a little vague, even if it's not, even if it's spoiler, there's a reason for that. So I don't know where 100 Girlfriends go. They got about 2 more tries than me, but if it's, you can glean, if y'all who watch openers, y'all can glean some stuff, and it's like, oh god. And then I read about the wiki on some of the characters, and I'm just like, god damn it. I was like, you know, like what?
And
anyway,
for any of the young ones watching, you know, please, we know it. We working on them. We gonna get them there. We gonna don't worry. We gonna work on them. Apologies to the parents.
Look, parents, for real. You know, I'm saying this as, let me put my distributor hat on as a seller of comic books and stuff. You know, shout out, be doing that this weekend. Yo, review everything. You know, it's okay to review everything your kid reads, watch, pick up, and interested in. It is your job as a parent. I'm not judging you one way or the other what you choose. Just be aware. That's all I'm saying. And I'm gonna get off my PSA, but please, whatever is reading, whatever is watched, anime, or the manga version of it, be aware of what's going on. Don't be stupid out here. I can't stand stupid parents. No, no. Like, you have eyes. Read. Read the cover. Flip through the book.
I mean, Shaq said it best. Read.
Use some Google.
Migi and Dali's parents don't know what's going on, so maybe
don't be Migi and Dali's parents. just be ignorant out here. Like, you ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do it till the blurtish pop up. I'll be like, hey, be aware. This is what's going on. Let me give you a quick synopsis. Are you cool with that? And then I'd be like, some parents feel like I've seen worse. They seen worse.
Like Shaq say,
okay.
Read. It was a marvelous dunk. That was my Shaq impression. It was
oh boy. Anyway, let me throw it over to Gamma. Any final thoughts, and where can they find you?
Final thoughts are, yes, my superpower would be identified as I read all manga, as Mark says, and but no, what I've been reading, what I've been watching, I love it. I always encourage my fellow geeks and nerds out there, give new anime a try. Things that you normally wouldn't watch, give it a try. You'd be surprised what you might find interesting. I think I'm going to challenge myself. I've not been a fan of like the race car driving anime, but there's like 3 new ones that I've just been eyeing, and I think I'm gonna give them a try this week. I'm going to take that lead. I've never been a fan, but you know, I gotta take my own advice.
Are you gonna try Overtake?
I am.
I kind of want to try that.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try MF Ghost, and I think there's one more. I can't think of it right now, but I'm gonna give those a try. So I encourage everyone, give that odd, obscure anime a try. You never know.
I was gonna look at MF Ghost just because of the name. MF Ghost.
Is dope. Yeah. Is that a rapper we know?
Well, MF Doom.
I know Doom. I feel like we met an MF Ghost, or maybe it was just one MF and then a ghost in one room together. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, as always, y'all can find me and check me out at Gamma Ray Cosplay on all social media platforms. And until next time, I love chatting with my anime homies.
Yo, that's what's up.
And we love chatting with you too.
Yeah, Gamma Native won't be doing their thing. All right, so Mark Dub, take it away.
I'm Mark Dub. Part man, half amazing, spicy like that Creole, not that Cajun. Look, you can find me as Mark Dub on IG, Mark Dub 44 on X, aka Twitter, aka Elon Musk is messing stuff up, and I'm Mark Dub in real life too. That's it. Oh, final thoughts, y'all. Berserk of Gluttony. I like it. I like the way it looks. It's real cool. 100 Girlfriends. I have enjoyed the comedy. I'm not looking forward to what Coop was talking about, but we shall see. Spy Family. I like Anya. Coop says she's kind of a bubblehead, but
I like her.
She gonna be alright though. She gonna be alright.
She got telepathy.
She's a genius to spy stuff, a dummy in just regular life.
Right, she's a brilliant spy, dumb in all other aspects. That's okay.
But she's so beautiful, judging. Man. She's so awesome.
She is.
And yeah, Laserhawk, y'all, it is wild. Turn after
Believe
turn after turn after turn. That's it.
Word up, man. Look, we'll get into that. Once Gift sees it and lets me know when he can do it, then well, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I haven't had Gift doing for a minute, so I was like, yo, you watch it, Captain Laserhawk? He said, yeah. I said, let me know when you're ready.
Shout out to Gift.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Giftinated one.
All right, Coop. Same thing. Final thoughts. Where can they find you?
Final thoughts. This has been a phenomenal weekend for the dropping of Laserhawk, amongst a little quick curveball, video games, animated related. Bruh, everybody's been going crazy with Spider-Man and Super Mario Wonder. I was Twitch streaming both of them. I did about a total of 6 hours. That's nothing compared to all of my fellow Twitch people who can do 20 hours of a weekend. I'm like, how do you have this? Shout out to like a zero, bro. I ain't got you, bro. I am not on your level, sir. I tip my hat to you. I watched him. I'm falling asleep. He's still going. I'm like, I jumped on, finished my stream. He's still going. I'm like,
it's a machine.
That's another movie I'm gonna be reviewing soon. Which is the story mode movie from Spider-Man 2.
Oh, you can go. I did not know. I need to play it. I need to go fool around with that. But yo, just a quick shout out to Nintendo. Y'all, for us middle-aged people who played Super Mario World, grew up on Mario Brothers 3, played Mario 1. This is it, man. This has that vibe. It is taking me back. It is so relaxing when it's not stressing me out with the jumps. But it is so, oh my god, they know what they doing. But it's such a shout out to people who know how to make a well constructed game. I know eventually y'all will probably touched on about the $70, $80, $150 games. I'm not with this trend, but shout out to Nintendo. Y'all got a hit. Shout out to Sony. Y'all needed that hit, because I don't know what else I'm gonna be buying after Spider-Man. But I'm gonna be playing Spider-Man for a long time.
Yo, shout out to Insomniac Games for saving PlayStation on the low.
Bruh, real talk.
Like so many people bought PlayStation just so they could play Spider-Man, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2.
I literally spent the money. I bought a used one just so I could have the ability to play it and enjoy it. I think I said to Mark or somebody, I said, you know what? They don't keep coming with something over the next year, I'm gonna play the heck out of Spider-Man 2. I'm gonna get all the juice out of it. I might can see myself selling my 5 and keeping my 4. I am that serious. Like, you know, I need a little bit more. But I just wanted to acknowledge this weekend because this was a video gamer's paradise, and then you put that weird topping of Laserhawk on it. Oh my god, insanity!
Yeah, Mario Wonder is on another level.
Bruh.
I will say, I think they could have bumped up the music a little bit better.
Like, yeah, it's a little more elevatorous.
Yeah, the music ain't really hitting like that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really hitting like it was back in the day. But
I'll say this:
as someone who plays Mario, Super Mario Brothers, and Super Mario World music in his car, they ain't really they ain't hitting it like they used to hit it.
Yeah, Mario World be hit. People did so many remakes of Mario World till it's ridiculous. Like you can do stuff with that
Super Nintendo. They came with some hits, man. They was hitting that chip tune, son.
I will say this: the pedal aisle section, it kind of give me that vibe of Mario 3. Like you on the island a little bit. It's a little bit more lo-fi waves type of play, but it's nothing hidden. But it's chill, like it feels good. The Talking Flowers, shout out to Mark.
The Talking Flowers is funny to me.
I played the Talking Flowers to Mark. I cannot stand the English voice. I ain't gonna say why, but it by the third flower of the English voice, it ticked me off. I was like, shut up, shut up, shut up. I switched the voices. I've been playing it in different languages. Maybe I'm becoming more of a otaku weed. The Japanese ones make me laugh because it's so different. The way the expressions are changed, instead of it'll be like, you know, when we say hey, it'll be like hey, and then it'll be like Japanese be like ah. I'll be like what? It's just crazy. So I keep the flowers on, but I change the language. I don't know. You know what? They need some black voices for the English voices. We should have y'all put us in games, y'all. You know, it's okay.
Yeah,
Give us some regional dialects.
You know what? Actually, it probably wouldn't be hard to do, like, instead of the flowers all having the same voice, having like different people on different flowers.
Yeah, one can sound like Mark Dub. They'd be like,
why they can't have a flower that be like, hey baby?
Yeah, or be like Mark, be like, hey, you think you gonna make that jump, bro? Or be like Mike, be like, I don't think you want to do this, Playboy.
Like, nah, play, don't do that.
Got Rachel there giving the encouragement. Be like, you did it. when you died about 20 times, because that happened to me on one stage.
And Cheryl would give discouragement. You really thought you were gonna make that?
Oh no! Also, with the memory on the game, so they know how many times you've like failed this. Be like, oh, so you back again, huh?
I just like when they drop you out of the sky and flower be like, where did you come from? We're like, come on, man, leave me alone, bro. But sometimes the flowers are very encouraging. They be like, take a deep breath. All right, chill out, man. Before you take this jump, I'm like, you're right, flower. You're right, bro. Let me take a breath because I'm about to die. All I'm saying, if you play it, whoever plays this thing, wall jump 2 drove me nutty. And good luck if you get to it. You will have gain experience points. But besides all that, catch me this weekend if you're in Baton Rouge on October 28th at the local pop-up shop at Electric Depot with Table 18. Back again with the homie Ground Nova from 4 to 8. Might get some KOK wings. We'll be right in walking distance.
Man, y'all going to get that KOK wings for real. Going to get that catfish too, man. That swag catfish, man.
Everything.
Man, it was right.
Y'all, and they not paying us. Our bellies told us so.
Man, you know what I'm saying? KOK ain't paying us, but KOK, look, holla at us, all right?
If you want to pay us,
hey, we don't mind.
I will.
Hey, it's a product that we can stand on.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, right. This is a product I can stand behind right on this one.
Yeah, black owned, right here in South Louisiana. They from Lafayette, and they now in Baton Rouge. Check them out.
And it don't be no craziness up in there. You know, I was in there. Ain't no fight break out or nothing like that. Everything was cool.
Nope. It's a good old time and a clean, great environment. One of the best places in town. October 28th, back at my standby old usual stomping grounds of French Truck Coffee. Shout out to them. They got new management, but new management is a guy I know. He's dope. And I get to come back, so things are looking good for the Blurtish table. So I'm doing basically my own con. This is a COOP con. Catch me 2 days in a row. I usually wind up with one in October because October is just a dope month for slinging books. So
the COOP con,
yeah,
I like it.
I make my own when I can because somebody got to do it. You know, shout out to
I call them Kubla Khan.
Yo, look, shout out to Milton Davis, shout out to Jason Reeves. Yo, I live for Milton Davis things, and you know, man, he encouraged me, and apparently, you know, you don't know when you encourage people out there. Sometimes people will never tell you, but if you can, keep going, and you'll be surprised the goodness that you get back for the hard work you put out. And I ain't even trying to say it to be false or fake or nothing. I'm talking to the audience, y'all know. But man, this creator world, this slanging, you know, vending world, this other type of stuff, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of planning. So we appreciate anybody.
And thank you for censoring that one. Thank you.
Yes. Who come out and support us, man. We really be thanking y'all. So again, follow me on
COOP is getting better, man.
Here, I stopped. I listened to the flower. I took a deep breath, and then I took the jump. But Spider-Man, I ain't gonna be taking no breaks. I'm just gonna be flying through everywhere. But Mario, you gotta take a break. But follow me on blurred.ish on IG. Same for Threads. I'm on X, but man, Facebook page, business page, you know, Blurtish1 and Keith Cooper on Blurtish. You can find me. And Spy Family's dope. Catch up, watch it. I don't care if you just watch a recap. It touches the soul. And listening to the endings and the openers. Dope.
Man, so much goodness in Spy Family. So, of course, guys, final thoughts. Jujutsu Kaisen, y'all need to watch it. Undead Unluck, y'all need to watch it. Spy Family, y'all need to watch it. Berserk of Gluttony, maybe watch it. But Captain Laserhawk, man, look. Matter of fact, you know what? This will be my final thoughts. Adi Shankar and whatever he's executive producing with Netflix and all of these animated shows that are coming, bruh, I believe I have trust. I believe I have some trust. I think I can finally say I have trust in Netflix anime, especially around video games, because he did Castlevania Nocturne, then he did Captain Laserhawk. He has Assassin's Creed coming. He has Devil May Cry coming. Hyper Light Drifter and PUBG coming. Now, Hyper Light Drifter and PUBG, I don't know as much about, but since this is the third product that he's brought that has been solid, I now have the trust. I got the trust there. You know what I'm saying? We got the trust. So Assassin's Creed is probably going to be solid. Devil May Cry, you know, man, look, come on, it's about to be sweet. So look, I'm hyped for that. So I will say, Netflix, look, y'all keep doing y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep on bringing the hotness on the anime side. Y'all do y'all thing. So of course, NERD SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. And until the next time that you have to make a jump, and it's like just over those sliding blocks that one of them little turtle men done kicked at you, this is from us to you saying, peace.
And look, if it wasn't so wonderful, it'll give me nightmares.
Peace.
Peace.